Hey babes, today I will be showing you how to do this mermaid inspired look without any false lashes. I know, insane, but here we are. I've already primed my lids and I'm moving straight into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. I will be taking the shade Unity on a fluffy brush and I'm going to buff that all through my crease. I'm going to buff it out and build it up until it looks even and blended, and yeah, it's just a really nice crease color. Moving on into the Subculture palette, I'll be taking the shade Axis. This was a nightmare to work with. It went everywhere. I literally had green snot for the next 24 hours. It was just Fallout Central. I decided to keep on going. I buffed it out and blended it in and built it up until it was nice and dark. I was still left with a line of sort of no color, so I decided to fill that in with the black shade Obsidian from the Prism palette. So I took Obsidian on a blending brush, I buffed it in, and then I packed some on with a smaller brush. I was able to cover up that line, but you will definitely need another palette. The Subculture palette is not a standalone palette. I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to cut my crease. I just put a little bit on my lid and then tap and kind of shape the cut crease. I'm taking the Bobbi Brown Bare Glow Illuminating Moisture Balm. I'm going to need something moisturizing because I am using a full coverage foundation. I'm using the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. I take a couple of pumps of this onto my Helllllo Cosmetics buffing brush and just really buff that into the skin. This is perfect if you are all about the full coverage. This is easy to blend in and you don't need a concealer at all. My eyes were really sensitive, so I didn't go all the way up under my eyes. I used an actual concealer under my eyes, but you can definitely use this foundation all over, including under your eyes if you're not sensitive. And magically my brows are done. Now I'm going back into the Prism palette. I'm taking the shade Parallel. I'm blending that underneath my eyes, and as you can see, my concealer and face powder is all done. I applied some black eyeliner in my waterline and then buffed that out with a smaller brush from Helllllo Cosmetics. These brushes are so soft. I then added some of that Axis shade again. It was really hard to get on camera, so most of this is cut out. The shadow just goes literally everywhere. I'm using a Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara, and I'm not even going to bother with falsies. I'm going to use my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk as a base for the shade Lucid from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. It is a gorgeous shade. I'm moving on to bronzer. I'm using a COLOURPOP bronzer, and this one is really warm but not orange. It's hard to explain. It suits my skin tone really well. I'll leave the shade below. I'm really loving how this bronzer looks on the skin. It's kind of red based but fair, which is hard to find in a bronzer. So I use this all over my face to contour and just build up dimension. I didn't want to look like a flat moon face with my really full coverage foundation. I'm using an Helllllo Cosmetics angled brush. I tried to use all Helllllo Cosmetics brushes in this video because I was trying them out for the first time on camera. I'm taking some Heaven in a bottle. This is MAC Fix Plus. It's just amazing. Moving on to highlight. This is Bobbi Brown Opal Glow. It is insane. I can't say enough good things about it. It's just a beautiful highlight. Lastly, we're doing lips. This is a JEFFREE Star Christmas Cookie. That packaging is just goals. This is the finished look. I hope you enjoy. I can't believe I decided to go with no lashes, but I'm really glad I did. Let me know what you think and make sure you subscribe before you leave.